Could you walk me through like where you were in your life for each project?
The Marauding Paradise, it was just like a lot of drugs, you know. Everybody wants you to like recreate that like first stuff, but it's like you don't want that person.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You're watching Kids Take Over right now, Vancouver all the way to LA. And hey, I'm here with someone who we actually wanted to interview for like a couple of years, bro. It's been a while. We've had some mutual friends try to connect us, but like either you weren't in the same city or I, you know, but I'm with Jazz Cartier.
Yeah, and we made it work today.
Yeah, we made it work. Yeah, it was nice to finally meet you, bro. Although, have I met you in the past? I haven't like met you, but you were super chill about getting me into like your shows and stuff just off. Like I think I just like Snapchatted you. I was like, yo, like, can you get me in your show? And you let me in.
Yeah, I definitely have a history of like, you know, just like people hitting me up to get into shows and like me trying my best to like, you know, get people in. You know, I think I did that a couple years back with Killy before he even put out a song. Yeah, the first time we linked, he was like, yeah, bro, I hit you up for like Faded in the Park and like asked you if you can get me in. And then I
was
actually,
like Killy and Faded in the Park.
Yeah, and then I actually tried, but he had hit me up a little bit too late. But yeah.
No, that's real. You know what's funny is the show you let me into was your show, but then like Killy was opening.
Yeah.
And at that time, Killy wasn't Killy.
Nah.
But when I saw it, and I was like, yo, who is this Asian kid with the goggles? Like, this is pretty. Like that put me on to Killy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So no, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was like early on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was at like Imperial nightclub or something. I literally remember. But yeah, but no, I've been supporting your music since Marauding in Paradise.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's because my brother put me on, and I had this weird thing with my brother where like we can't like the same thing, right? But when it came to your music, I accepted it. I was like, nah, you know what you showed me is actually good, bro.
That's tight. That's tight.
You know, a lot of interviewers ask about like, you know, artists' like current music and stuff, and obviously I want to get to that, but just in general, like how have you just been lately, like the past like, you know, month or so, like you know, you told me you've been tired as obviously.
I've been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Life has been like so great. We just got done filming a TV show over the weekend. That was like months worth of planning. I'm just wrapping up my projects right now. You know, just trying to get those done. But overall, man, I just can't complain. You know, like life's good. You know, I've been in LA for a bit now, and I just feel like, you know, just got things going the way they should for me. So.
Okay. What's this whole TV show thing about, or you can't like talk about it much?
Man, we did a chess TV show. Where it's,
chess?
Yeah, where it's like rappers and artists that play chess on a show, you know, and it's like super fun, super entertaining, and yeah, that's like as much as I can give you guys right now.
I hear you.
It's tight.
You were talking about moving to LA. Why'd you even make the decision to like go from Toronto to LA?
Challenge myself, you know. I feel like you can only do so much when you're back home and you start there, you know. So it's like putting yourself in a new environment and like a new city, you know, starting from like ground zero again. It's kind of like, you know, some people are scared to do that, but I was just like, I needed to shake things up for myself. So I made the move, and it's been like the best decision I made in a long time.
Yeah. You feel like being in Toronto was kind of holding you back at all, or no?
Yeah, you know, most definitely. Like, you know, the love's always going to be there, but I just feel like there's only so much you can do once you get to a certain point, you know, and I definitely do miss it, and I go back as much as I can, but, you know, there's way more opportunities out here just to, like, be in one studio, then someone's next door, then someone's down the street or up the road. It's like you get way more done.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, we did an interview like 3 hours ago before this one. It was with Mixed by Ali. And we looked to our left, and JID's right there next to you. I was like, what, that shit happens that around here?
Yeah, I was with Jid on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
No, that's hard. I love that about here. Well, let's take it like a little bit back, right? Like coming up in the Toronto scene. Were you born in Toronto, or was it like another like a suburb?
Born in Toronto.
Born in Toronto, that's okay. Yeah, I say like I'm from Vancouver, but I'm from Surrey. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of people do that everywhere they go, but
yeah.
I was born in Toronto.
I hear you. Well, like, you know, what was like your first like real break you think you got in Toronto? Because I got on you like I said, Marauding in Paradise, but like I feel like you had a bit more buzz like slightly like before that. So
I mean, I was just like making music like frivolously, you know, like not really like putting much thought into it, just putting shit out. And then 2015, 2016 is when I kind of like took things a lot more seriously, and that's when shit really started getting cracking.
You think we can get them to turn that down a bit? He's gonna be pissed at you.
I know.
You ruined his shower.
Hey, you mind closing the window?
I'm naked. Give me a second. I'll just turn it down.
All right.
I appreciate it.
No way.
How did you like make your specific sound? Because when I was talking to my brother when I first heard you, I was like, yo, there really isn't anyone else who sounds like Jazz. It's like fancy trap.
Yeah.
It's like a weird way to describe it. So like, you know, how did you make your sound at that time?
You know, obviously we were influenced by, you know, a lot that was going on at the time, but, you know, Lantz and I just kept going at it, trying to find a groove, and we ended up, you know, stumbling upon the cinematic trap sound that like everybody started to fuck with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the music obviously, but it was like the videos too, where you kind of like, it's like the way you dress and everything, it kind of just all fit together. That's what I feel like, you know, because I know at that point you started getting some buzz, and then you kind of got signed at some point. That was like a while ago. So how did you feel about getting signed initially versus like, you know, now I know that you're independent, so like what was the difference?
I mean, getting signed is cool, you know. I feel like everybody goes through that, and it's just a whole another ball game that you're not really prepared for, you know. But when it makes sense, it makes sense for, you know, everybody involved. But when it doesn't, it's kind of just like you got to take a step back and think what's best for you as an artist and like for your career.
You feel like you got signed a bit too early then in that case?
It's never really too early, but I definitely feel like, I don't know. I don't really like think of it like that, but in hindsight, I think everything happened for a reason.
Makes sense. Do you think there's any like misconceptions about getting signed?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of misconceptions with getting signed, because I feel like, you know, the team that you put in order has to be your team and not like from your management or from your label, you know, because you get fucked over when you have people that you don't really trust making decisions for your life and your career, you know. And that's really about it. Do your research, do your due diligence, and shit. You know, like, if it feels right, it feels right. And if it doesn't, you know, not all money is good money.
Right. What did you like? Why did you ultimately make the decision that you wanted to go independent? Because I see like some of your tweets too. You know, sometimes you just talk about like, hey, I put out the song. This is what I did independently, and this worked. You know. So why'd you make that decision? Just curious.
It just felt right for me. I just felt like I was too, like, I had to answer to too many people, and I can't work like that. You know, it's just too many cooks in the kitchen, and sometimes that stifles your creativity. So I had to make a conscious effort to be like, you know what, let me find the best way to get out of this situation. And it took a couple years, you know, but which is why, you know, there's like a big like pause. Yeah,
did you end up finding like new management or just another like kind of circle to be around at that time? Or?
Yeah, most definitely. I got, you know, some pretty solid management and like a good team behind me. So and people that I trust too. So.
Yo, in like that 2016, 2017 time, right? Especially in Toronto, how much you think a cosign really mattered?
A lot.
Yeah.
For everybody, you know. Shit, a cosign still matters now. You know, I think I was one of the only ones without one. You know, not because I was like actively seeking one. You know, because I still get like the respect from like the people that do the cosigning when I see them in person. You know. But I was just never really like chasing after one. Yeah,
no, I feel you. No, I definitely think that it did matter a lot that time. It obviously still does, but especially that time, it was like, all right, if you're on OVO Sound Radio, like you know, like you're lit, you know, basically.
Yeah, OVO Sound Radio definitely helped a lot of us.
Yeah,
for sure. And it put our music in front of people that probably would never, know how to go about looking for new artists from the city. So.
Right. How would you explain your artistic growth from like an album like Marauding in Paradise versus like your newest stuff?
My current new stuff?
Yes. Or like I guess a better question is like, could you walk me through like where you were in your life for each project?
The Marauding Paradise, it was just like a lot of drugs, a
Young kid, doing your thing.
Hmm?
You're young, you're.
Yeah, it was just like everybody wants you to like recreate that like first stuff, but it's like you don't want that person,
Yeah, like why would you want me to be on drugs, bro?
Why would you want that? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was that. Then Hotel Paranoia was kind of like the same era. Forever, it's just me trying to break old habits and trying to find new ways to express myself. And I guess the newer stuff is just me having like the most fun I've had in my life without taking everything too seriously. Just like being around guys that I respect and who are now friends. It's like seeing how they work. Sometimes the best stuff is just like the stuff that you have the most fun with, and you don't gotta think too deep about all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to like save the world. I'm just here to inspire some people. And if they save the world, then that's cool on me. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I feel like with your newer stuff, right? That I agree. It's like you could tell you're having more fun, and you can play those songs in like any mood, really. Whereas I feel like your super old stuff, I think at that time you took like a lot more risks, I feel like, with whether it's like your vocals or like your beats. But why did you stop? Or like, I don't know if you still work with them, but like, why did you low-key like stop working with Lantz?
Creative differences, it's really about it. I think it was like around like Forever where, try to bring more people in to like, diversify the vibe. And that's when things just started,
I don't know if you mind me asking, but like, are you still cool with Lantz? Like,
he's still good in my books,
Yeah.
but we don't talk.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that happens in life. But like, I know you got in with like Kato around like Forever, and like you started working with other producers. So that's cool. I mean, just for something like that, your core fan base is always wondering, right? Like, what would you say to your core fan base? Because they're constantly tweeting you about Marauding in Paradise, this shit like that, right? It's like, what's something that you would tell them if you could just like tell all of them right now?
I don't know what the fuck I would tell them. It's like, I can't really tell them much because I feel like every fan base has that, like the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, the
Travis
Drakes,
Scott definitely has those people.
the like Travis Scotts, it's just like, I feel like those first, like the fans that gravitate towards the earlier projects, it's like that moment in their life that they can't ever duplicate, So it's best to just cherish the music as it is and not want like a recycled version of that version of you for the benefit of other people, because it's like people get mad at like the baby for using like the same flow on every song, but it's like if it's not broke for him, don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if certain elements that you like or like you enjoy that you feel like that artist should always be on to, but that artist is trying to like, push themselves every time and like put themselves in like a new space, I think you should kind of just like respect it.
I appreciate it. No, I think with the baby is like, if he did completely switch it up, like, I'm just saying like you can't really win because then they'd also be like, yo, the baby, like,
we
go
want
back.
The old stuff.
Yeah, we want the old shit,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's never a win with any of this shit.
Yeah, and then you got to look at like, okay, like, is the artist happy too? Like, you guys are just talking about like the music you want, but like, are you considering where the person is in their life? Like, are they happy with the shit they're making?
No one considers the artist as a person.
Yeah.
The artist is an artist,
They're like a product pretty much.
They're literally a product, it's just for their entertainment and for their enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's not how you doing? How's life? Is everything good? Like, da-da-da-da. It's like, where's the music? And we want this now, you know? So.
That's taxing. I mean, a lot of people, this is kind of unrelated, but like a lot of people online always talk about like an artist's best song being their hit songs, right? So I guess for Travis Scott, it could be like say like Goosebumps or something, right? But I personally feel like an artist's best songs to me are like their deep cuts usually, right? So like Drake's, to me, it's not going to be like One Dance. It's going to be like Now and Forever or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I do want to know this, like, what, you know, that being said, like, what are your top 5 songs for yourself?
For me?
Yeah. You tell me your list and now I'll tell you my list.
Okay, off the top, because this is not pre-thought, I would say, like, in no particular order, put Tell Me in there. I put Rose Quartz in there. I would put Feel Something in there. I would put Dead or Alive in there. Got to.
Damn, you're making the same list as me. That's what I wrote.
And Gliss.
Okay.
Gliss in there.
Off Forever. Yeah. I would say pretty similar list. I would say Feel Something off Marauding in Paradise. Dead or Alive. New Religion.
Okay.
Oh, now you missed that one.
Yeah,
That's a classic. Tell Me, of course. And then I really like I Don't Want to Fall in Love.
Yeah, sleeper right there.
Dude, big sleeper. That's what I'm saying. Like, people look for like these hits and stuff. Like, you know, I could have said Tempted if I wanted to, but to be honest, like I like I Don't Want to Fall in Love better because it's
Feels
like
good.
It's like a timeless song, you know. Like play it in the car, you know, kind of just when I'm like out driving, like for something, you know. So
I love that song. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love all my songs. Like they're my babies. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have like a big top 5, but yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about making a song like Tempted. You made that, I think that was like 2-3 years ago, where I feel like that was like the song that you were, I'm guessing you're trying to make it like your hit song, right? So like
we
what?
were literally in the studio like doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How does that feel? Like you know, are you kind of like proud of doing that now, looking back, or you know, because you got to do what you got to do. I'm sure other artists do that too, where they're like, yo, let's try and make a hit.
I mean, it went gold, so it's like can't really get mad at it. It's kind of like it's kind of like glitching the system, you know. It's like knowing what the cheat codes are and just using it. And I like the song. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, people love when I perform it. They love listening to it, I guess. But yeah, it's like this is all a simulation. It's like,
what you mean?
It's like a game. The rap game is like a game. You know what I'm saying? And like, people do this shit all the time. Like, you know, when they drop bundles for like, you know, albums and, you know, put 30 million records on one project. And
after that, have you been like, yo, let me try recreating something like this? Like, this was fun. Like,
fuck no.
No.
That was just like an inside joke on like our part.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
But since then, it's kind of just been like, you know, if it feels good, it feels good. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of want to like build our world, and people come to it opposed to like going to other worlds and try to like, you know, get my stake in that.
Right. I mean, you know, even with you just saying that, like, how do you feel about this like newer like generation of music, right? Because I feel like you, like, talent-wise, whatever, it's kind of like Tory Lanez in a sense, where it's like, I don't think Tory Lanez will ever be irrelevant because he knows how to make the newer sounding stuff, but he could really spit. Same thing with you. You know how to make newer sounding stuff, but everyone knows you can really rap, you know? Like if you listen to like Before It's Too Late off Forever, like everyone knows you can rap. So like, how do you feel like now kind of having to cater to like this like newer sound?
It's the game, you know? It's like the way it is, and like, you know, music moves, and people, you know, have to like be on pace with like what's going on, you know. Like Drake's a good example of that. Like, he always has his pulse to like what's like going on, and you can be stubborn and not give a fuck about what's going on and do your own thing, and that's cool too, but you kind of have to like bridge your world with like what's going on to like, you know,
I got you. That makes sense.
See some progress.
That makes sense. So I told you I'm from Surrey, right? But like
Sure.
speaking of like Vancouver, is there any like Vancouver rap or like music you mess with? So I know Kid Sharif's the one who connected us, low-key, by the way. So like, are there any Vancouver artists you fuck with?
There's one kid that had this song. I forgot what it was. He's talking about killing niggas, but it's like, you know,
Okay.
it's like he probably got some ops or some shit like that I'm not even trying to get into. So I forgot what it was, but the song was fire though.
I don't know. I don't know if a lot of Vancouver people have ops.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, it was on some like Vancouver street shit.
Oh, okay. I literally am so not in tune with that. My barber cuts my hair and he always like puts me onto that shit. I'm like, yeah, just don't even tell me. Like, I don't even want to know. Like,
Yeah, but I'd be like finding like the obscure like shit in the pockets. Like I feel like I've always done that.
yeah. Which Toronto artists are you bumping right now? I feel like I know that you listen to Duvy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Duvy, incredible. Mozzie. Mozzie's like one of my favorites. Press.
Yeah.
Shout out to Press. Kofi's tight too. I fuck with Kofi.
I gotta put you on to this one artist.
Who?
You probably already know. Have you heard of Velow?
I fuck with Velow.
Hard, right?
Yeah, I fuck with Velow. Oh, Smiley and Roadrunner for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Velow's hard. His flows are crazy. Yeah, shout out to Velow. I fuck with his shit a lot. Also, shout out to Night Lavelle.
Yes.
That's my boy.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. I feel like people don't include him enough in the conversations of like Canadian artists, you know?
Yeah, because he's from Ottawa, that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Night Level is sick.
He's a legend.
I did want to say, I have to admit that other than Travis Scott, I feel like one of the best concerts I've been to is probably yours.
Most definitely. I don't rap over like the song.
Yeah.
Rap over like a 2-track, you know? But I appreciate that, man. I really, I think I perform a little bit too well because people just didn't want to tour with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What you mean, like?
They just didn't want me on their tours because
You overshine them?
yeah.
It's like Kendrick on the Control verse.
So, yeah. But I love performing, you know?
Yeah.
I miss it too, but
Yeah.
we'll be back.
I think after a couple months and like Vancouver shows you, I feel like, I don't think Vancouver's like your second home, but like.
No, it feels like it.
Really?
Though.
Okay, because like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you come to Vancouver, it's like people just like know you. Like you're just, you know, it's like you've had like classic performances in Vancouver, whether
Most definitely.
Faded, Imperial Nightclub, and then I think at Fortune before you got.
Love Fortune.
And the last question I even want to ask you is just my favorite song by you that I didn't say is Lil Wayne. And that was so hard, man. Did that like get the attention of Lil Wayne? Because he's fucking obviously like huge, right? And probably gets people like getting at him like every day.
Lil Wayne, diamonds on my neck going bling bling. Lil Wayne.
Yeah, man. He heard it. He tweeted that he loved the song.
Yeah.
And then I think shortly after that, like a week after that, I was in Miami, like leaving like Soho House or something like that, and I saw Cortez, who was his manager, and I pulled up on him. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, bro? My name's Jazz. I made this song." He's like, "Oh, that's you. Tap in."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, Wayne's a big fan. I haven't met Wayne still,
Yeah.
but I had an opportunity to, but didn't. We were like in the same area. It was like all of Young Money, Mac Main, Lil Twist, like all these guys. And we were in Vegas. It was not like nothing bad. It was just like Wayne was in like, you know, a different like element than he's like performing. So, you know, like, I don't know how it goes. I don't want to like disturb nobody.
Yeah.
And be like,
Hey,
I'm that
Jazz
nigga
Cartier.
from the tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll see him again, and I probably will. You know, so.
That's fair. No, everything will come full circle. But
On God.
yeah. What's your next move? You know, just from this point on.
I got the album coming, so you know.
Cool. Yeah, it's been a minute since Forever, so.
Yeah. So, just to make up for lost time, I'm gonna come with it ×2
Yeah.
this year. So.
I believe you, bro. Cool. That's pretty much it. Like I said, we wanted to do this for a while, and finally didn't do it in Vancouver, but we did in LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mi casa su casa, man.
Well, I appreciate it, and yeah, you guys are watching Kids Take Over. It's Jazz Cartier. Yo, what's going on, guys? Thanks for watching that Jazz Cartier interview. I'm not gonna lie, this was like one of my favorite interviews we've ever done. I just thought that the chemistry between us and the conversation was amazing. Like, I loved it, and something I would genuinely want to watch, right? Otherwise, I know you see that shirt I was wearing, and you guys have been telling me on every video and in DMs, like, yo, drop that. We're gonna be dropping that really soon. I know I keep saying that, but really, really working on it, and it's gonna come out. So stay tuned for that. Press subscribe. The button should be on the screen either there or over there. And go ahead and watch the last video we did.